morning. I'm in northern Wisconsin on my first good road trip with the IROC. I'm actually on my way home and coming across from Wausau, Wisconsin, heading back toward the UP. It's a beautiful day out here, and the Camaro's running great. I've got hundreds of miles under my belt, and the car's doing a great job out here cruising at road speed, trying to run while the sunshine goes. I see out on the horizon there's rain clouds out there. I'm hoping they go away before I get that far. Nice stretch of road here coming up along Lake Michigan, Marinette and Menominee. Pretty drive out here. Cars just running along nicely.
For those of you who've been watching my videos in the recent past, you'll know I've been going through a lot of maintenance items. Now that those are behind me, I had an opportunity to take a road trip. This is actually a full circle of Lake Michigan. The car normally is stored in its home base in the middle of the Lower Peninsula. So I took the southern route around Highway 294 around the outside of Chicago, up through central Wisconsin, and as I take the loop around the north and then back down to home. It's a pretty good long trip. It's about 1,400 miles in total, so I really wanted to make sure the car was reliable and could take the trip. And so far, doing very well.
As I keep taking the scenic route here with the car, all systems are go, and everything's doing very well. This was a good chance. I wanted to visit family over in Wisconsin, and I was frankly a little concerned whether the car would be, I'll say, reliable enough, but as I've been starting to gather miles and put some time on the road, and I've been going through the maintenance and making sure all the systems are good. At this point, as I'm on the way home, I got about, oh goodness, I got about probably 600-700 miles behind me, and everything's performing very nicely. The car's doing very well. All systems are go. This is a nice ride along the Upper Peninsula, along Lake Michigan. You don't follow the lake the whole time, but there are some pretty good views of nature out here. That makes it pretty nice. So I'm on the next stretch to heading for the Mackinac Bridge. those of you who aren't from Michigan or familiar with Michigan, This is the Mackinac Bridge. Connects lower Michigan and the Upper Peninsula. This bridge is 5 miles long. The towers are something over, I don't remember the exact number, but something over 500 or 550 feet. The depth of the water is about 600 feet. So this was quite an engineering feat to put this bridge in. And of course, one of Michigan's most famous landmarks. Only been here since 1957. It took them that long to figure out how to build one. And everybody has to really watch on this bridge because the winds up here can get rather nasty. So they restrict the trucks to like 20 miles an hour. It's kind of a big deal. And it gets a little bit more fun because when you get into this next stretch, the deck is metal and you can actually see through it and see the water, and the car wants to wiggle around a lot. But that lets them push the snow out there and it'll go through the grates and down to the lake in the wintertime. I'm sure it has other purposes, but I imagine that it was probably originally designed in there for wind uplift, but before the bridge existed, everything went across this 5 miles on ferry boats, including cars. And in the wintertime when there was ice, a lot of times you couldn't get there from here. Still have ferries out here to get to Mackinac Island and other points. But if you want to go down I-75, this is the route. That one.
Just to keep the story from getting too long, I'll tell you that I did successfully get back to the garage. Managed to weave my way between rain cloud. The car actually didn't hit more than a couple of puddles. Trip was very successful. I double-checked oils before I left and came back, and it used very little oil in 1,400 miles. Engine seems to be breaking in very well. Fuel economy on the car, boy, the highway speeds, depending on where you are, between 55 and 75. Running the air conditioning a lot of the time. Fuel economy probably low end of 18 maybe, and a high of about 21. I didn't average it all out, but it basically runs probably between 19 and 20 most of the time, which isn't too bad given the 342 gears and the performance tires. All the maintenance work was successful. Trip was successful. Car didn't miss a beat. And it was great to be able to get out and make the whole trip. And that's all for now.